Hello, this is Arcade Perfect. My human name is Ian. I just had a half-decent game. I've got 10 minutes. I'm bored, and I thought I would do a little commentary on my last game there, just to talk about Titanfall and traversal and combat and things that I think are useful or may help you or you may find interesting if you're into Titanfall. Yeah, this is not my favourite map, but I do quite well. Obviously, I wouldn't be posting one where I just get pimp slapped horribly left, right, and centre. So, my guy, I have the phase as my perk, or whatever you want to call it. I have the shotgun. You can see here. I can't remember what it was, the auto 8 or some thing. I use this gun just because of the sheer stopping power. It also encourages me to move through the map, and you know, in the true spirit of Titanfall, where I can really kind of run across the walls, sprint and slide and jump and dash. You know, all of the what makes Titanfall so much fun really is the traversal, is the controls. So I don't know what happened to the first guy. I ducked around the corner. There you go. See ya. And there's three, and there's the third guy. Yeah, that was nice. It was satisfying. The phase is pretty awesome as an ability. I don't have the reflexes of a mongoose, so as a 35-year-old gamer, you're always going to come up against somebody who's like 12 years old and kind of, you know, just couldn't beat in a straight fight in terms of the sheer reaction times. So the phase allows me at a moment's thought, a moment to take pause and thought on the circumstances and you know, really consider my next move. Also, there's certain circumstances where if someone's got the beat on you like that, if I was to stand and try and shoot back at him, I was going to die. Instead, what did I do? I ran over around the top of him, came around behind him, smacked him. It's just an immensely useful tool. The shotgun is moderately damaging at mid-range, which is to say about 20 yards, 30 yards. It's pretty devastating at close range. I find that I'm decent. Didn't do too well there. I'm a decent shot with gun on gun type stuff, but the shotgun, with it having a bit of a spread, with it being so useful as just a hip fire weapon, you know, you don't have to aim down sight. You can just react. You don't have to have that moment's don't shoot ticks when they walk towards you. That's a really stupid thing. What I should have done there is actually use the phase and then run away. I'd have been fine, but I freaked out. I just reacted to seeing it, and that was the end of it. Don't quite know what happened there. That kind of just send me like hundreds of feet into the air. But yeah, so you don't have to stress about aiming as quite so much with the shotgun. You see there, I got hit. I faded behind cover, and I peeped right back out again. Usually works. You can't win them all. It works quite well. Don't always do it though, because that's one of those things where you see someone, they see you, and then they kind of slowly stick their head around the corner. It wasn't going to work. But if you're going to do it quickly, if you can react and do damage immediately, like I was able in that circumstance, it's fine. Making use of the slide, that will throw people off. So I know there's a guy. I think there's a guy down here. I think he nearly gets me. No, he does get me. I'm talking bollocks. Yeah, nah. Well, what can you do? Nothing much there. I find when I use like an assault rifle or the Vault, I think, which is probably like one of the best guns in the game, the submachine gun. I tend to play like Call of Duty because I don't need to run as much. I don't need to move. I can be accurate, and I can hit my target, you know, with relative ease and consistency. The Vault also appears to have like an enormous clip. I don't know if it's just because it's quite slow firing. Yeah, so with that, with those weapons, I tend to kind of be more cautious as it's lines of sight. Genuinely kind of observing, getting a good point in the map. It causes me to be a bit more campy, a bit more defensive, and just pick people off at a distance, whereas using the shotgun, as I was trying to say earlier on, just brings out, really, I'm terrible with Ronin. Yeah, it just brings out the need, impresses the need upon you to actually get close to the enemy, which requires you to then be, you know, on the move, and you have to be inventive with how you go about killing people or getting to them. You know, you have to close the distance somehow. You're not going to be able to do it in a traditional fashion. So, yeah, I think I don't even know. I'm genuinely the worst with Ronin. I can't even remember if when. I think all this guy would have to do is turn around. I think the fact is there's so many Titans fight. Yeah, too many Titans against him. He wasn't really focusing on me. Let's see. But yeah, I think the best. Okay, I mean, I did a video about how to use tone, whether you thought that was any good or not, but it's kind of beside the point. But whilst that is an interesting, you know, subject matter for a video, I think really the strength of Titanfall is in the strength of its pilot gameplay, the ability to move. See there, I used a crate just to hop up on the side of the crate and use that to jet off of it. You don't have to be sprinting off of the walls. Goodbye. You can be, you know, you can just use even the edge of a door frame if you time it right to give yourself that extra speed and momentum. Oh yeah, there's the circumstance I thought I was having this time. If I'd been a bit more cagey here and a bit more defensive, I would have been alright, but I should have just waited. I should have let him come round to me. I could have just pulled the trigger. He would have had to, you know, turned, looked, aimed, fired. I could have just sat there and just pulled the trigger and he'd have been dead. So more wall running here, which is always fun. You just get to move with such speed, and as you can see with the shotgun, I didn't have to go, oh no, what do? Do I aim at which one day? I just pull the trigger. Boom. Simplicity itself. Here's a good thing, you notice I run right up to that pillar to reload, just minimizing you know, any chance of anyone seeing me from the other end of the room until I'm ready to move out with a fully loaded gun. I do that at corners, I do that, you know, really to minimize my profile as much as possible. It's a hangover, I think, or something I've learned from Call of Duty, really, and it works very well in this and probably every other first-person game I've played. I try to think of other things that are useful to know. A random thing happened to me. It was the game before this. It wasn't a particularly good game. I think I did middling to okay. It just didn't flow as nicely as this one. And I phased, so I went into phase, and I came out of it. But I must have, and I got a pilot kill immediately. And it wasn't immediately. I wasn't entirely sure of what had happened. But as it was, I phased into the space where a pilot was already standing, and I got a kill for it, which was very good. That is also the most stupid thing, possibly one of the most stupid things you could do. So I threw that plasma shuriken on the Titan, which causes horrible kind of lasting damage, kind of just eats away at the hull, and then I jumped back on. So obviously your own grenades hurt you, so I just kind of committed seppuku there for no reason. It's pretty much the video. It is a rambling mess, I acknowledge this. I kind of really was just bored and I thought I would talk about Titanfall. What I will probably try and do going forward is like try and think of themes or really actually write down what I'm going to say before I say it. This was just, I thought this was a fun game and I'd upload it and people, you know, share it. And if folk are bored and they like to watch someone ramble and play Titanfall to a reasonable level, and they could watch it and hopefully enjoy it. So thank you very much if you've watched this. Hope you enjoy it. If you don't, if you like it, I should say, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Cheers, guys.